very slow,
very slow.
with the carnival stars that of the dark of a night sky.
The night sky.
Sipping red wine on the show. The time is right, don't you feel the time is right? Tonight, tonight, tonight,
Tonight the time is
tonight, tonight, tonight.
just called to say hello, hello. Such a wonderful night for a walk in the park by moonlight, moonlight. And I just wanna say, you know, the time is right. Don't you think that the time is right? Tonight, tonight, tonight. I know the time is right. Tonight, 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 tonight.
We can take it very slow,
Very slow.
with the carnival stars that of the dark of a night sky.
The night sky.
Sipping red wine on the show. The time is right, don't you feel the time is right? Tonight, tonight, tonight,
Tonight the time is
tonight, tonight, tonight,
tonight.
tonight, 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 tonight.
Followed you, heard you spoke the lesson that I had learned. Misty heart, in your heart, I'll be there anywhere you are.
Beautiful day, a beautiful day. I'm waiting for the stars to show. I'm waiting for the fire to glow. Feet in the water, I'll sleep. Let's burn one down and slowly disappear. 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 I just called to say hello.
Hello,
Such a wonderful night for a walk in the park by moonlight.
moonlight.
And I just wanna say, you know, the time is right when you feel that the time is right. Tonight, tonight, tonight,
I know the time is right.
tonight,
Tonight.